This might be the most important video that I've ever done. I'm talking to people who are participating in the new movement that you're seeing on Twitter and possibly on Facebook, hashtag Walkaway. And I need you to pay attention to what I'm about to say, because not only are you doing something very brave, but you may not know what you're walking into. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Quan Teasy with the Christocrats and the Red Pill Reality. And this video that I'm doing right now is probably going to be the most important video that I've done to date. I really would appreciate it if you guys that are watching would share this, would send this video to who it may apply to. It's going to be very important, the things that I'm going to say. So I want you to maybe take a listen and see what maybe you can glean out of what I'm about to say here. So we've seen in the last week and a half, maybe last week or so, on Twitter and on Facebook and some of the other social media outlets, that there is a movement going on called hashtag Walkaway. Hashtag Walkaway. And what that is that there are people who are traditionally liberals or who identified as a Democrat, who were moderate Democrats, moderate liberals, who have seen the shenanigans of the Liberal Party, the Democrats, and the last year, 2 years, they've just spiraled out of control with their rhetoric and their anger and their vitriol that has gone past the pale, beyond the pale of what is anything civil. Yes, there have been times on the opposite end of the spectrum, conservatives have said things and called for things that were not right, but it wasn't a party-wide thing. It wasn't a thing that was happening with influencers on the regular. And it just seems that like your typical outlets on the left, CNN, MSNBC, Washington Post, all of Hollywood, all of the nighttime talk show hosts, comedians, actors, just all of the airwaves have just spun out of control to the point where they're calling for violence, and people are not condemning it. Only a couple of people are condemning it, but so the walkaway movement has started because people are just fed up. Good-hearted, good-natured people who have good intentions, who may identify with one or two things of the liberal ideology or leftist ideology, and don't know where the essence of it comes from, and haven't thought through that, are beginning to see that, wait a minute, they don't represent me anymore. I need to get away from them, and they're walking away. So on one hand, I congratulate you. It's congratulations from my heartfelt congratulations on seeing what was right in front of you, seeing like how vitriolic it has gotten, and understanding that doesn't match up with your personal ideology. That's what personal choice is all about. And you've seen it, and you have the bravery to walk away from it. I want to give you a little bit of quick little history to let you know what you're actually walking away from. The liberal mentality, if you go back, and the leftist, which is better said, the leftist mentality is something that tells you at its core that government gives you your rights as a human being, that there is no particular God that we adhere to that gives us our rights. It is the government, and the government is the one that should divvy out what is right and what's wrong, and it tells you that same thing, and you are to follow that, what the government says, and we'll give you out your individual rights as well, depending on what we feel is correct. And if it's a thing where we feel like the top 1%, because of what we feel, is making too much and they're not going along with what we want, we take it away from them and we'll give it to who we deem it necessary. Now, at the end of the day, if you follow down the rabbit hole, you're going to find out that now listen to what I'm saying. Democrat and Republican are at their core, and from the origin of things, they're on the same team. And the push and move towards globalism in this world is what is the at most danger. But I digress here. That's for another video. So you've walked away from, probably very scary thing to do, and you not know what you're coming to, what you're going towards, because you've been told all your life that a conservative doesn't care about people. A conservative is only for the rich. You've been drilled that into your head. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true. That's not a truth at all. What true conservatism or right is at the core, the belief that our rights come from God. And if those rights come from God, then that means that they cannot be changed. And that's everyone, every human being has those rights that come from God. And we figure out what those rights are by what is in God's nature. We have the right to live. We have the right to defend ourselves because we are individual entities that can make decisions for ourselves. We have the right to be free because we are made in the image of God. That is make no mistakes about it, that is the bedrock of conservatism and quote unquote being on the right in America. That is why America was founded. That's why America evolved in the way that it has. That's the reason why America eventually abolished slavery within ourselves. We had a civil war in part to deal with that. That's why America is welcoming of no matter what they try to tell you, welcoming of legal immigration to come here and do things the right way. That's why this country, you come here and you work hard, and generally you can make it much better than you would have in your home country. So we believe that we know that our rights come from God and not the government. And thank God, because if they came from the government, that means they come from mankind, womankind. And we both know that man and women are fallible, messed up human beings. And our morality changes with the wind, and you can't trust it. But if you can trust in a God who has set up his rules and his statements for all mankind to see that we all should live by, then it is a litmus test that we try to live up to as fallible human beings. That's the difference. And so I'm urging you to now that you've known and you're figuring out, and go study, look up what you're walking away from. Look up the history of Planned Parenthood. Go look up the statistics on what they actually do. Look up the statistics. Look up where FDR's New Deal came from. Find out how Black people and Hispanics and minorities got in the predicament that we're in today. Find out how it happened. Look up the New Deal. Look up who promoted redlining. These are things that we need to pay attention to, that you'll find out that the ideology that you've been following is the exact opposite of what you actually feel for humanity all along. I believe that you probably have a good heart, that you want things to be equitable, and you want things to be just, and you want things to be right. And you've been told that the right wing or the conservative side has always been for white supremacy or for the rich only. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. I want you to look those things up. Begin to go down a rabbit hole, and don't be afraid of what you find. Conservatism is not perfect. Nobody is, because we're humans. But who we serve at the core, at the end of the day, is perfect. And when you're walking away from that, I want you to walk to something deeper than just conservatism. I'm hoping that you'll look further, go to the source, go to the core of why we are free, why those who are not free should be free. I want you to go to that source, and that source is God. Yep, I said it unashamedly. God is not a Republican. God is not a Democrat. God is not an American. God is God. He is who he is, and he set up his rules. And if we go by them, or any country goes by them, then they will prosper just as we have in this country. And you'll find out that his son, Jesus, that came to earth, was promoted and talked about, the status of the soul, and that this This earthly realm is passing away. And whether you walk away from liberalism, that's great. But if you only go as far as walking towards conservatism, then we haven't given you the full truth. Because conservatism and being a Republican or an independent is not going to save your soul. We believe that this earth is passing away. And I'm urging you to look past, yes, walk away from that. That's step one. Come over to our side. We welcome you. Learn. Let us learn from you. We can do a better job of showing our compassion, showing it. We can learn from you how to do that. But I'm urging you to go further, because if I don't tell you about who is behind your freedoms and how you are required to serve him, and once you do serve him, you are truly free, then I'm not giving you the full truth. Like I said, no earthly governmental system is going to address your eternity, your soul. Now, you may not believe that, and that might be a bridge too far for you right now. That's fine. You can still come on over. You don't have to be a Christian to be a conservative and to enjoy the benefits of Christianity and God's worldview. You don't have to be a Christian, but I will tell you that it definitely stems from the idea that God created us, something outside of humanity, created humanity with the ability to choose, and with the knowledge that we are created in the image of God. And it is, Christianity is the only thing that deals with, my friend was saying, deals with sin in man, the heart of man, how deeply depraved the heart of man is, and deals with the ultimate enemy. Now, again, that might be too far of a bridge to cross for you. I want to give it to you in bits and pieces, but I urge you to look further. You're walking away from something terrible, but I don't want you to just walk away and not walk to something. There is a bedrock to land on. There is some definite sure ground that you can plant your feet on, both physically, emotionally, ideologically, socially, and spiritually, that you can plant your feet on and know that it's not movable. Okay, so I'm gonna talk more videos about it, and just at the end of the day, for those of you who are ready, it's becoming someone who puts their trust in the one true God and his son Jesus Christ, the one who came and sacrificed himself so that you and I could exercise the rights that we have and connect ourselves back with the one who gave us those rights in the first place. Because at the end of the day, this is only 70, 80, 90 years on this earth if you're lucky, and then eternity comes after that. You may not believe in that, or you may believe in that, or you may not know what you believe. But I urge you to go down this rabbit hole and go with an open mind and really seek truth. What is true? What sounds the most true? Where do the facts lead you? And I'll give you some scholars and some people that have done the great studying and the great work that may help you get you some answers. But since you're walking away, make sure you walk to the right place. Don't get led to the wrong place since you're walking away from one evil to another. Because guess what? Like I said, no earthly governmental system is going to deal with your soul. Everybody's fallible. Everybody's flawed. But conservatism and capitalism, believe it or not, is what best facilitates God's will governmentally on the face of this planet. I love you guys. Share this video, like this video. If you think somebody who is walking away can benefit from this, go ahead and like and share. Like I said, subscribe. I don't know how quickly or how well YouTube is keeping up with all this, but you keep walking away, but come on over to our side. Come on over to our side, and we got more for you. There's more to it than you think.